Story time. But for legal reasons, I won't say the name of the company. But I was working at this little company for a little bit over 2 weeks. Now, this is the early 2000s, by the way. When I first met people and I told them my name, they would act weird. They would like pause and just look at me, or they'll laugh and walk away. So by the fifth person, I'm like, my name is Richard. Before you laugh, pause, or walk away, what is wrong with the name Richard? Dude looked at me and started shaking his head, and he was like, it's because there's another Richard here. So I'm like, where he at? Point him out. Dude was like, oh, you'll know him when you see him. Every other Richard I ever worked with was weird. So day 3 come. I'm on lunch. I'm zoning out. All of a sudden, this dude come in with this trash bag. But he was dragging his foot like Smooth Criminal. So at this point, I'm locked in because I'm like, I wonder if it's an injury. If it's an injury, what happened? He gets to the table. He swings his leg around and sit down. So that gave the indication that this wasn't a new injury, because to swing your leg around like that and sit down in place, it took practice. You don't just do that the first time. Off first seeing him, dude looked like he smelled like garlic bologna behind the ears. You know that smell you get from behind your ear when it get funky? And he looked like he was just in a room full of newspapers with no windows and never opened the door. He has one of those appearances that will make you yawn when you see him, because he just gonna make your face stretch. You like, what the fuck? One of those. Anyway, I'm still watching him out the corner of my eye, but I'm acting like I'm not watching him because I want to see what's in this black trash bag. I'm not knocking the black trash bag. It gives off the impression nobody loves me. But he may have been hipping me onto something new, because you can fit way more into a trash bag than you can in a lunch bag. So I'm thinking, maybe I'm about to learn something. Let me just shut up and watch. First thing this dude pulls out is a 50-cent bag of potato chips. Flips the bag upside down. Busts the bag open, puts the bag to his mouth, and sucks all the air out, and looks around as he's doing it. Then he just ties the bag up, set the bag on the table, move it to the side. Reaches back into the bag, pulls out 2 apples, sets one apple down, takes the other apple, flip it upside down, licked it, and bit into it. Did that to both apples. Took the seeds out of the apples, put the seeds in a Ziploc bag with other apple seeds. He obviously has a flip upside down technique. We're not going to judge it. He pulls out a bottle of apple juice. So to me, I guess you feel like you didn't get enough vitamin C and E from them apples. But if 2 apples couldn't get you there, something wrong. This dude opens the juice and takes one long sip. Now, whatever a long sip is in your head, that's exactly what he did. Took a long sip, put the top back on, put the juice down, slid it across the table. Grabbed the chips, untied the chips, started eating the chips and said, so who heard that game last night? And everybody reacted regular. Like they just didn't see that word shit that I just saw. We all just saw the word stuff. Most of you all were quiet. And allow me to add, the whole time he was doing that, he was humming DMX, Who We Be. It took me 3 days to find out that he was actually humming that particular song, because Shazam wasn't created back in the early 2000s. So I had to sit back and go dun 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 to figure out that this dude was humming DMX, Who We Be. DMX didn't even rap the whole song, but he was humming the whole song while he was doing this. After I heard him say, did you guys listen to that game last night? First off, why are you listening? I could give credit if he was driving, he was listening to the game, but I have a strong feeling you were not driving. You were at home listening. What were you doing that you couldn't watch the game? You were listening. It's not the 1960s. What the fuck were you doing, Richard? You was too busy to watch. That's giving off kind of psychopathic behavior. And is this a new trash bag? Or is this just a trash bag you designated specifically for your lunch? And what is wrong with your leg? What is wrong with your leg? I need answers. We're not just going to go into talking about sports with this man when you just watched him 69 2 apples. I'm still irritated because we just watched him embrace the air out of a potato chip bag, and y'all just acting like this is normal. Like this is not no normal stuff. So I'm way past my lunch break, but I can't process this, so I have to go back to the floor. As I get on the floor, in this one particular department that I'll explain later, I'm behind these double doors. So I see Richard walk past, but he's not dragging his leg. He's walking normal. So now I'm like, So why would you come into the break room, the lunch area, dragging your leg when there's nothing really wrong with your leg? What the hell is wrong with you? I see the same guy that told me about Richard previously. I see him like a day later. I'm like, hey, bro, what's up with your boy Richard? So he started laughing, and I'm like, I'm not laughing right now. What's up with that dude? He was like, look, just don't talk to him. Avoid him at all costs. He's a very strange person, but I try not to be in people's business. I'm like, that's some unavoidable stuff right there. Like, once you see that, you locked in. Somebody else overheard us talking about that and come over and was like, yeah, he's a very violent person, so you might want to just avoid him. You're faking a leg injury. I watched you 69 an apple kidnap air. Something's wrong with you. And who hums DMX Who We Be? I've never known a person to hum that. So the other guy, the third party guy, was like, look, whatever Richard tells you, it may sound odd and strange, but once he starts talking to you, he's going to keep bothering you. I could not figure out his race because he dropped the N-bomb numerous times, but he has these little curly hair. Like, his hair is curly, but his facial hair is like, I don't know. And he was lighter than me, so I couldn't gauge his race. Because I was like, I can't say if he racist or not, because it was hard to gauge his race. And I didn't want to ask him about the department. So it's a chemical company that I was working for. And they had these chemicals that were very effective on your body if you did not wear a respirator. So it was this one department that when you're in there too long, you don't feel well afterwards. Even if you're wearing a respirator, you just do not feel well. So I would go in and I would get it done as fast as I possibly could. So I've garnered the name Young Gunner. By it being a dangerous job, they was like, you're going extremely fast and you're supposed to be patient with it, but you actually doing a good job. One day I get done real fast, like real fast. I got like 23 minutes left on the clock, right? And I'm in the double door room. All of a sudden I heard, hey, Young Gunner, what's your real name? And the sound is behind me. I didn't see nobody come through the double doors. I'm right across from the double doors. In order for somebody to pop up behind me, you had to be in here for 17 minutes, quiet, doing nothing. Because I would have saw you through my peripheral at some point, but I didn't see nobody. So now I'm freaking out because I turn around, it's Richard. And I'm sitting there looking at him like, you son of a bitch. You've been watching me this whole time. That's weird. That gives my idea that you have people hid under your basement more legs, because it's no pun intended of the leg thing. But it was like, yeah, you doing some real weird stuff here. But I go ahead and answer. I go, my name's Richard. This dude goes, oh, that's my name. So you're Richard too. Like off Ghostbusters 2. So now I'm like, I have nothing. So I'm just sitting there looking at him. Every Saturday of the year, I go fishing. And he just starts nodding like this. So I'm just sitting there looking at him like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to say after that? Like, I think you're lying. I think you just gave me a false alibi so people would think you somewhere fishing on Saturday. You really committing crimes in your basement. He's still nodding. He nods and start walking towards the double door and keep looking back at me and keep walking. And I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to follow you like you the Pied Piper or some shit? Keep going, mother. So dealing with him in that time frame actually made me late, because normally when I get done, I walk out, I clock the machine, they know what time I'm finished. But talking to him actually made me late. So later on towards the end of the day, I gotta go to the bathroom. You know, that extra 10 minutes you gotta hide in the bathroom until the shift is over with. So I go in the bathroom. I'm at the urinal. Then Richard comes to the urinal. It was 3 urinals in between us, but he had to come to the one right next to me. And then he do that look. Like he focused on the sky. Motherfucker, it was 3 urinals in between us. You had to come to the one right next to me, bro. The one right next to me. So I cut the piss off. Go wash my hands. I go back out to the clock. I'm waiting by the clock. I'm like, fuck it. Next day, I come in. Richard does his normal walkthrough. He come in sliding like Smooth Criminal. Throws his legs, sit down. So now I'm still like, why does he do this and he's actually not injured. Sucks the air out of the bag, 69s the apples, one long slip of juice, slides it over to the side, then asks about sports. Okay, so you ask about sports every lunch break. There's not a game every night, bro, that you're listening to. So it's giving more. You have people in your basement. Double door day. I see Richard. He trying to ease in this time. Why are you trying to sneak in? It's big double doors. Can't miss you. Only way I missed you last time is you was in here before me and you hid in her. Get done with that situation. I go in the bathroom. Here come Richard in the bathroom while I'm in the bathroom. Bro, stop trying to get cool with me. We'll never be cool. Fuck you. So once I'm noticing he coming into the bathroom now, I ain't even gonna take a piss. I'm acting like I'm a piss. As soon as he start coming towards the urinal, zip up, go wash my hand. He walks to the urinal, busts around, comes to the sink and go, caught a lot of fish this Saturday. It's the same week. So this is the same week where you told me you go fishing every Saturday. So you still trying to tell me about this fishing shit and I ain't going. I don't believe you. You do bad stuff. I know you do. Management is already pissed off. They tired of me. I'm always late getting to work. I'm always late coming back from lunch break. So they called me in to fire me, right? So as I'm going to the office, Richard is in the hallway. So I go in there. They tell me I'm fired and all this other stuff. No big deal. I ain't stressing it. I know you in the hallway, you're hustling, but I'm not mad. I'm not tripping off of it because, but as soon as I come out, I start heading towards the exit. The exit is the opposite way from him. But then I heard him say, I knew that nigga Richard was worried. Glad they got rid of him. Okay, first off, he was standing there alone, literally looking at a display cabinet, ear hustling into the office. So who the fuck is you talking to? Hopefully it's an imaginary friend, an adult imaginary friend, and not one of the spirits of one of the people that you had locked in your basement. So I'm trying to not trip off dude, but he said it and he was looking my direction. So it was like you was talking to me about me. We gotta bust that U-turn. I'm already fired. What can I lose? I'm easing towards him. And I'm like, hey, between us, you should be in jail. You the one up here suck fucking apples. You should be banned from grocery stores. At this time this is happening, the secretary is getting ready to go to her office. So she see me pinning him in the corner. She busts out, Richards, separate. I start walking away from him. This motherfucker looks at me and starts smooth criminal away. So I'm like, I'm pissed off now because what the fuck you got a smooth criminal away for? So I'm like, I'm going to make you lean too.